The Science and Environment Unit of the BBC News has been accused of spreading falsehoods in a TV report on low-traffic neighborhoods, LTNs, broadcast on March 17. The report is the most-watched video on the BBC website at the moment, said the TV news anchor at the end of BBC London News last night, and, rightly so, he added. It's neighbours fighting neighbours over the issue of low-traffic neighbourhoods, the anchor said. You need to see it to believe it. Indeed, in several ways, the report was unbelievable, including, says one parliamentarian, because it appears to breach BBC impartiality guidelines. Lord Berkeley has written to the BBC's Director of Editorial Policy and Standards, claiming that the report failed to meet the broadcaster's editorial guidelines. Among several other claims, a contributor made a statement that a taxi driver could not access her property and this went unchallenged, wrote Lord Berkeley, patron of the all-party parliamentary group on cycling and walking. All residential properties remain accessible, albeit via a slightly longer route, he stated. Tolly Johnson, described by the BBC as an LTN resident, claimed in the broadcast piece that women's safety was put at risk by LTNs. My taxi driver has dropped me off here because he can't get through to my house anymore, she said on the report. The clip had initially been shared on Twitter and showed a London street at night. Single women are no longer able to get directly to their houses of residence, Johnson stated in her clip. Women's safety is high on the media agenda currently because of the Sarah Everard murder. Therefore one might assume an incendiary claim that taxi drivers cannot access LTNs would be fact-checked by the BBC. The BBC, the reporter, and the report producer have all been contacted asking whether the taxi claim was fact-checked, but I have yet to receive any replies. I have fact-checked the claim. The road in question is blocked to motorists with a number plate recognition camera but, via other entry points, access to all the houses on the Tulse Hill Street, London, remain accessible to those in cars, including taxis. London taxi drivers who fail to drop a passenger at a specified place breach Hackney cab rules in place since 1853, risking a fine of £1,000. 4 taxi firms that operate close to a London LTN were asked whether they are unable to reach any addresses since LTNs were introduced last year. All replied that they can still pick up and drop off directly to door. Fashion designer Susan Cashmere doesn't own a car and frequently uses taxis to ferry herself and goods through an LTN in Walthamstow, London. I often use Ubers to get lots of equipment to and from photo shoots, she told me. There is never a problem with access. If anything, it's easier now we are part of an LTN, because I can get the taxi right outside our door.